With the release of the new Moon Knight trailer yesterday, we now have 16 MCU projects in development, and that's coming out in this year and in the following years for Marvel. So today I thought it was time for me to stop and rank all 16 MCU projects, ranked from the least anticipated to most. Please know that everything that I will say in this video is just my very own opinion. My name is Nation if you are new to the channel, and you are free to comment down below your ranking of your most anticipated MCU projects coming in the next following years. Also, please note that this video was recorded before the trailer came out. A little bit of it was recorded before the trailer came out, and the scripts were written a week ago, so yeah, that shows how long I've had this video in the works. But with that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter. That's going to pop up on your screen right now. And also that Marvel playlist. That card is going to pop up above. And let's get right into our ranking. Kicking off my list at number 16 for me has got to go to I Am Groot, an animated series coming this year. It's just a series of shorts following Baby Groot and his many adventures. I'm not excited for it because it's not really my demographic, and Baby Groot as a protagonist isn't the most compelling. He's usually a merchandise cash grab, just like the Porgs from The Last Jedi from the same year that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 came out. I mean, look at this. I Am Groot is just another Forky asks a question, but set in the MCU instead of Pixar. At 15 for me has got to go to IronHeart. It seems like they are moving ahead with this series since they cast the title role a year ago. I do not know much about Riri Williams, a character that takes over the Iron Man suit in the comics. The main promotion for the show is described as Riri developing a more advanced suit than Iron Man. I do have a lot of reservations about that though. So because I do not know much about the character, and because she's not as interesting to me as Miles or even Static Shock, a character show who I've never seen before, her new introduction series has to go here. But I am curious how they will rope her into Black Panther 2, and since Ned and MJ are at MIT, I could see Parker's high school buddies co-starring or dropping for a quick cameo in the show if Sony allows it. At 14 for me has got to go to Ms. Marvel. Actually, recently I've started playing the Avengers game, and yeah, since Ms. Marvel is a main character, hopefully she can move up higher before the show comes out. But Kamala Khan, I like her, she's fine. I have her minifigure. Back in 2020, I did say I would have Ms. Marvel a little bit lower because we already have a teenage superhero and a super fan of those heroes in Spider-Man. Well, we have all seen No Way Home, hopefully, and I can guarantee you he's no longer just a teenager. So Kamala Khan being one of the few teenage superheroes in this universe is fine enough for me. The concerns come from the fact that her power sets look very different from her comic form, and the show doesn't look all that great from what we've seen. And the actress Iman Vellani has acting experience, but from high school plays, and she is getting a multi-picture deal, putting a lot of faith in a person that we've never seen or heard from before. I think that's great if she had a little bit more experience, but her only experience is from high school plays. I could get this role. I mean, not role in Ms. Marvel, but I can get any role in the MCU if they're putting that much faith in just someone who has high school experience. It's a new actress and new name and face for the MCU, but I just haven't seen her in anything because this is her official first role. At 13 for me has got to go to Blade. We have no news on Blade as of this moment. The writers are working on it and the director is set. But Blade as a film, we haven't heard anything other than spoilers for Eternals, Mahershala Ali's sweet voice for that post-credit scene. Blade as a character, just like Static Shock, was very influential to the African American community. Revisiting that for a new audience and generation is great to me. He seems so cool, and since I'm so excited for Morbius, I think that shows how I am for superhero vampire flicks. At 12 for me has got to go to the Marvels. Captain Marvel's sequel will bring in not one, not two, but 3 Marvels into the film. And as a fan, I have no problem with it. There hasn't been that much info on the Marvels except for the fact that they have completed shooting, because I've seen Brie Larson's YouTube channel. I'm not a subscriber, I just watch a little bit of it. And we got a little glimpse of Kamala's new suit. It looks kind of ugly, I think. But overall, there hasn't been any leaks, thank God. The Marvels will probably be a fun time, with bringing back an older Monica Rambeau to finally explain what happened between her and Carol that we got a little bit of inside of WandaVision. And actually, Monica was one of the greatest characters inside of WandaVision. She was one of the best characters. And I think that will bring in some great drama into it. Again, my only issue is that Iman Vellani is an actress with only high school experience. Like I said, I can get any role in a Marvel if that's all it takes. This is legit her second role right after the Miss Marvel show. 11 for me is Armor Wars, a Disney Plus show finally giving Rhodey a chance in the spotlight. This could be cool, and I think they set themselves up for a really great story with what if Tony Stark's technology ended up in the wrong hands? A question asked throughout the MCU, especially in Iron Man 2. IronHeart seems to lead into it, as well as the finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, with Sharon being the power broker. We could see some new and returning faces like Sharon, all while giving us some more Iron Man-centric stories with Don Cheadle in the role. Kicking off my top 10 list for me has got to go to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I'm not the biggest fan of Ant-Man and the Wasp, that film. I don't think that it's garbage, I just think that it's boring. The third film in the franchise has all the possibility to be the best film in the trilogy. It also has all the possibility of being the worst film in the trilogy. But a new antagonist in Kang the freaking Conqueror is arriving as the villain. And it begs the question, if they are going to have the same tone as the first two films, how big of a threat is Kang really? So that proves my point. Kang the Conqueror isn't going to be the next Thanos of the MCU going forward. At number 9 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. At the time of me writing this script, I was going through the Guardians of the Galaxy video game. I have now finished, and a friend of mine told me before I played the game that it's a better film than Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And honestly, right now, I agree with him. Guardians of the Galaxy 3's script is already written, and since they haven't announced rewrites, it seems as though Marvel really liked the final draft that Gunn wrote years ago. The last film in the trilogy will introduce us to a powerful character in Adam Warlock, and teases a Guardian's death once more with the title color. It might be Drax's or Rocket's. I think the last film in the franchise, as we know of, could be a blast. Thanks to the game, I am once more excited for another Guardians film. And number 8 for me has got to go to She-Hulk. My knowledge of She-Hulk is from that Disney XD TV show about Hulk and his Agents of Smash. Actually, that's what it's called, Hulk and the Agents of Smash. I actually, started watching that show back in 2020. But She-Hulk's promotion is literally just a girl version of Hulk. But I think it has some potential, and it could be something special. She's going to break the fourth wall and hang out with a hulked up Bruce and maybe battle Abomination. Also, I have a scoop. Daredevil will appear in She-Hulk in full costume. Yes, I know a lot of people already has been speculating that, but it's true. Daredevil will appear in She-Hulk full costume. Add all of that together, I'd say I'm pretty stoked to see if this show is worth it or not. At number 7 for me has got to go to the Black Panther sequel, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Due to the tragic and too soon passing of Mr. Chadwick Boseman, it seems like this film is a little bit doomed. I have to say, though, I am curious on how they will address his character and what they will do to honor his legacy. Marvel is not recasting, and I think that's a mistake overall, mainly because the character should not be shelved because the actor has passed away. I really believe that this character is what gave black kids hope, is what gave black kids inspiration. And I think shelving that character, shelving that inspiration is not the best idea. Black Panther 2 hasn't been leaked, and fingers crossed it won't, and nothing has come out about it, only except the release date. So it's kind of hard to believe that it's moving forward for a release and actually hitting a 2022 release date. Black Panther 2 comes out this year, later this year, and I don't think any of us are ready for it. Also, the fact that Letitia Wright just came back on set, and I'm pretty sure they paid her to take the vaccine. 6 for me has got to go to Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. This can go one of two ways. A complete disaster at Marvel's second attempt of making a Christmas-centric IP, or an absolute blast, Marvel's spoof parody of the Star Wars Holiday Special with the genius of James Gunn. This will lead to the third Guardians of the Galaxy film, and I feel as though they need a prologue to that film because of how much time has passed between Guardians 2 and 3, and especially where they are after Thor 4, or why Thor won't join them this time on their adventure. I think this could be really fun. Kicking off my top 5 list for me has got to go to Thor, Love and Thunder, Thor 4. I wasn't that excited for another Thor film. I mean, obviously I love Thor Ragnarok. I love the first Thor film. Thor the Dark World, I enjoyed it a little bit, but thanks to a little bit of time, and since we are closer to the release date, Thor Love and Thunder might be a blast. Taika Waititi injected a new energy into the franchise, and easily it gave us the funniest MCU film, and the best comeback in the history of comic book films, maybe films in general. Obviously, Jane Foster becoming Thor is very weird, but I'm excited to see how they will handle it. And also, Valkyrie is getting new powers. This film just seems wacky. It seems very fun. Christian Bale is in it. Russell Crowe is in it. I can't wait to see what they deliver to us in July. At number 4 is Fantastic Four. Yes, is pun intended, maybe, or ironic. I don't know. I think it's irony or just pun intended. I don't know when I made this list. But a MCU Fantastic Four reboot is exactly what the first family needs. The tone of the MCU, and with them going more into the galactic world like the Eternals and exploring the multiverse, the Fantastic Four will definitely fit in if they do it right. But my main reason for having to get up this high, not because, nostalgia, because I'm very nostalgic of the first films, but it's because John freaking Watts, director of the best MCU Spider-Man film, my second favorite Spider-Man film, and my favorite theatrical experience in Spider-Man No Way Home, is directing this flick. Marvel picked him at a time I believe he wasn't fit for it because of Far From Home, but because of how he handled No Way Home and the trilogy and how he capped off 5 years worth of story in a satisfying way, I have all the faith that he can do it. Kicking off my top 3 list for me has got to go to Secret Invasion. I'm not familiar with this story of Secret Invasion, but I am curious about how they will go about this story. Kevin Feige said that this and Civil War is arguably the biggest Marvel story in the comics, and it looks like they're gonna make it inside of a show, and I think that's great. I think making it into a Disney Plus show should be really great. We only saw one shot of the new Nick Fury look, and he looks awesome. He looks so great. Seems like he's in a dystopian future or whatever he has going on with the blue eye and the beard. I think all of that looks great. But I know it will be cool. Skrulls are coming back, and a spy-centric dystopian invasion story works great for this universe and will work great for a series. My runner-up at number 2 for me has got to go to Moon Knight. He's Marvel's Batman. The trailer premiered last night, so all except for my top 2 were recorded before, but I am loving the tone. The trailer showed the visceralness and the darker themes that seem to be present in the right tone for the character. It seems like it has the right vibe, everything. I don't know too much beyond his Lego counterpart from the Lego Marvel Superheroes game, his appearance in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon series, and also the memes. But thanks to his awesome costume and the similarities to the Dark Knight, he's at number 2. The only thing keeping him from number 1 is the idea that all the MCU Disney Plus shows looked great from the trailers. WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye. But some of them kind of turned out to be mid, like the Kate Bishop show featuring Clint Barton. But I have faith. Peacemaker's trailers suck, and I said that in the video. But I can confidently say this might be a great show. But coming in at my number 1 for me has got to go to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Okay, ever since 2020. This has been the most anticipated project from Marvel. Even before Sam Raimi joined, even before No Way Home multiverse rumors, the Doctor Strange sequel has always been a great idea to me. Another trip to the wizarding world of Marvel, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be great. The first teaser came out after No Way Home. And even my theory, I did a theory video on the regular podcast for No Way Home, and I said Doctor Strange 2 trailer is going to be the post-credit scene. Sure enough, it was. So after that teaser trailer, I instantly fell in love, and now I'm excited for it even more. The horror elements, Sam Raimi at the helm, the consequences of helping Spider-Man essentially break the universe, and some multiverse madness, baby. This is why Doctor Strange 2, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness has to come in at number 1. Alright guys, that is it for the ranking. Please note that everything that I did say in this video was just my very own opinion. My list was certainly not the right list, it was just my list. And you are free to comment down below your ranking of all 16 MCU projects ranked from least anticipated to most that's coming in the following years, or you could just do your favorite. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter that's going to pop up on your screen right now, and also that Marvel playlist. That link is always in the description. With that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace.